If you have positive 4 times with positive 4, you will get 16. But do you realize when you have negative 4 times with negative 4, you will also get 16? Okay, kenapa? The rule, when you get negative, negative akan jadi positif. Hi, I'm Gavin, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to look at Form 1 Maths Chapter 3. So it's going to be a new chapter. We're going to look at the squares, the cubes, and their roots, their perfects, right? And see how we can work around the K-BAT questions, okay? So starting off this chapter, we're going to look at the squares and perfect squares first. So what happens is, a square, literally the name of itself, a square is actually the product of the length and width. Okay, in BM it's called kuasa 2. Now, when we're talking about square, we are talking about the product. Okay, and when we're talking about product, maksudnya apa? Maksudnya darab. Okay, product means you have to multiply. So square is actually an operation of multiplying, but because we cannot always say multiply, we cannot always say 3 multiply 3 is what, 4 multiply 4 is what, 5 multiply 5, too slow. So terus we say 3 kuasa 2, how much? 4 kuasa 2, how much? 5 square, how much? So it's faster. And also when you write in your mathematical equation, it's going to be much simpler. Because comparing to write this, we want to write this. It's faster for you. It's faster for you. Because power or this number up here is something that is supposed to make your mathematical equation more simple. So what happens is a square, like I said just now, it literally is the name of the shape. A square is going to be the product or the multiplication of the length and width of a square shape. So actually it's taking the length and the width of a square and you multiply the length and the width to get the square. Okay, the answer will be your square. The answer, yang ni, this whole thing will be your square. Okay, that whole thing will be your square. Because once you take length times the width, you have already taken the number and multiply by itself to get the square. So square actually maksudnya apa? Maksudnya ada satu nombor, you akan darab nombor tu dengan sendirinya. Darab nombor tu dengan sendirinya, you akan dapat nombor tu, jawapannya adalah nombor tu kuasa 2. Okay, let's say 5 darab 5, jawapan kamu akan jadi 5 kuasa 2. Okay, 5 times 5 akan jadi 5 kuasa 2. Okay, so when you take length times width, actually is going to be the length times width is the square of the number. So square maksudnya apa? The area of the square. Okay, is the area. So this is some keyword that they may use to play around for the K-BAT question. Because K-BAT question, we know sometimes they are not very direct, kan? So sometimes cikgu akan main dengan perkataan-perkataan yang lain, okay, to make you confused about what you are supposed to do. But if you come across something about area of square, something to do with length, something to do with width, something to do with area, maksudnya this talking about squares. But you have to be careful. It says area of square, tapi it's not the area of the rectangle. Okay? It cannot be the rectangle. Because your square is the length and the width is the same. Correct not? The length and the width is actually the same. So what happens is you have the same number multiplied by itself to get you the square of that number. Jadi if it's a rectangle, you are going to have sisi yang tidak sama panjang, kan? Satu akan lebih lebar daripada yang satu yang lain tu. So what happens is satu panjang, satu lebar yang tak sama tak boleh didarabkan, okay? To get the square. So what happens is, since the length and the width of the square is similar, okay, it means it's the same length, a square is also a product of a number multiplied itself. Okay, so this is why I explained just now, number multiplied itself is actually going to be square. So what happens is, there is a very special kind of square. Okay, semua nombor akan ada nombor kuasa 2 dia. Okay, tak kisah apa nombor, 2.3 ke, 3.75 ke, 3 ke, 4, 5, 6 ke, 5 per 6 ke, 7 per 8 ke, tak kisah. Apa saja nombor tu ada kuasa 2 dia. Okay, sebab asalkan ada nombor tu, nombor boleh didarabkan dengan sendirinya sekali lagi. Let's say 7 per 8, darab 7 per 8, you akan dapat satu nombor juga. Okay, jadi tak kisah apa nombor asal tu darab dengan sendirinya akan jadi nombor tu kuasa 2. Tak kisah. So what happens is, there is a special category, okay, atau kategori, okay, untuk nombor yang special. What is the nombor yang special? It's what we call the perfect square. It's going to call the perfect square. The numbers are going to be like 4, 16, 25. I'll tell you why later. Okay, so let's see. Perfect squares happen when there are enough number of 1 times 1 square. When they are talking about this 1 times 1 square, actually they are talking about this one box. Tahu tak? 1 times 1. This one box is 1 times 1. So now they are actually going to fill in the boxes. Okay? They are going to add the boxes. Nampak tak? Tambah 1, tambah 1. Okay? Actually that one already added. So, tambah 1 sini, tambah 1 sini, tambah 1 sini, tambah 1 sini. They are going to add the 1-to-1 boxes for you to get, okay, to different number. Okay, so let's see. When you have 1-to-1 box, okay, dekat sini ha. When you have 1-to-1 box, what happens? 1 times. Sekarang now we have the boxes kan? Okay, dalam bentuk segi empat So now we can calculate the square, the area. So what happens is here, what is the length? 1 with 1. 1 times 1 give you 1 lah. 1 times 1 give you 1. Okay? How about this? Number 2. Number 2. 2 times 1 give you 2 lah. Okay? This one, you cannot count like this But the idea is what? The idea is what? The idea is you must be able to add up the smaller boxes for you to get a bigger box that is perfect. Perfect maksudnya apa? Maksudnya segi empat yang sempurna. Macam yang ni bukan segi empat. Okay, this is a rectangle. Yang ni bukan segi empat. Kerana ada lubang kat sini. Nampak tak? Sini ada lubang. Jadi, you can see that for number 4, for number 9, you nampak tak? Yang segi empat yang lebih besar tu, dia sempurna. The bigger square is perfect. Nampak tak? Sini ada lubang. Nampak tak? Sini ada lubang. Nampak tak? Ini bukan segi empat. Okay, this is a rectangle. Nampak tak? Sini ada lubang. Okay, so what happens is, maksudnya, asalkan kamu boleh tambah segi empat yang ada panjang dan lebar yang satu per satu tu, satu darab satu tu, okay, that means it's a 1 unit times 1 unit. The length and the width is the same, 1 times 1. As long as you are able to add the squares, which is 1 times 1, add each square every time, okay, to add one level So tambah satu kotak, tambah satu kotak, tambah satu kotak. Kotak kecil tau, kotak kecil, the small box. Tambah sampai you ada kotak besar. Okay, macam 4, macam 9. You can go on, 16. Okay, you will be able to do 16, and you can imagine that is going to be 4 boxes aside. Okay, 16. Nampak tak? If you fill in, you will get complete. Okay, you will get nampak? Segi empat besar yang sempurna. Segi empat besar yang sempurna. That is what you want. That is actually going to be 16. Or you can say 4 times 4. So, the perfect squares are... How do you get the perfect squares? The perfect squares must be... You must check that it will give you this perfect number. This perfect number. Okay? Perfect the segi empat yang sempurna. Okay? Also, the perfect square can be easily found by how? Perfect square can be easily found by a number multiply by another number. If it's the number that is the same, then you will get a perfect square. Okay, so this is how you do. See perfect square. Let's say we start from 4. 4 times 4 is 16. 5 times 5 is 25. 6 times 6 is 36. 7 times 7 is 49. 8 times 8 is 64. 9 times 9 is 81. Nampak ke tak? Tak kisah apa nombor kat belakang ni, as long as in the front here is the same number that multiply each other, you will get to 16. You will get to 16. Or you will get to the number, this is the perfect square. Okay? These are all the perfect square, perfect square, perfect square, perfect square, perfect square, perfect square. Okay? Now you ask me, what is not perfect square? What is not perfect square? What is not perfect square? 17 lah, 18 lah, 19 lah, 20 lah, 21, 22, 23, 24. Not perfect square lah. Kenapa? Let's check 24 lah. How do you make 24? 8 times 3. 6 times 4. Adakah nombor ni sama? Adakah nombor tu sama? Adakah nombor tu sama? Tak sama. 8 dengan 3, 6 dengan 4. Jadi tak sama. Sekarang, what we want is yang ni sama. 4 times 4, 5 times 5, 6 times 6, 7 times 7, 8 times 8, 9 by 9. Same number multiply itself will give you your perfect square. Okay? So, exam question how they can ask you? Determine whether or not 23 is a perfect square. Determine whether or not 19 is a perfect square. Jadi, you will be able to see that it is not a perfect square. Sebab is going to be a fixed set of number. Okay? Nombor tu tetapkan sudah. Okay? 9, 16, 25, 36, 49, okay? 64, so on and so forth. Okay? It's set already. Okay? So let's see how we determine the perfect square. Okay? If they ask you to determine, okay? Find out, okay, if this number is a perfect square. They ask you, they say 19. Okay, so there are two methods to find out. Okay, there are two methods to find out whether or not a number is a perfect square. The first is a repeated division. Okay, same like your algorithm for SCF, HCF, and LCM. Okay, and the other one is a prime factorization. Okay, prime factorization. So let's look at the first one. Repeated division. What you do is you will put the number in here. Okay, just like when you do your HCF and LCM. Okay, or finding the prime factors. Then you are going to repeat, okay, to divide the number, the whole number, by using the smallest prime number available. Smallest prime number. So, you use 2. You use 2. After that, 42 cannot use, after that, once you reach 21, cannot use 2 anymore. 21 cannot divide by 2. What happens? You use 3 to get 7. Okay? 7 cannot use 3 anymore. You use 7 to get 1. Okay, let's see in the case of 100. 100 divided by 2. 100 divided by 2. Get 5. Okay. 5, no, 50. Okay. After that, 50 divided by 2, you get 25. 25 divided by 5. Why will you 5? Because cannot use 2 anymore. 25 cannot by 2. 25 divided by 5, you will get 5. 5 divided by again by 5, you will get 1. Actually, you know this already. Okay, HCF, LCM, you know this. So, you will continue until the quotient, which is the number here, going to be 1. Okay, until the quotient going to be 1. Don't have to worry about need to reach 1 or don't reach 1, don't need to be confused, because for perfect square, you will always only put one number in here. Jarang they will ask you to determine many number. Even if they ask you to determine many number, you must do it separately. Asingkan dan buat prime or this repeated division, okay, or pembahagian yang berulang-ulang, you will do it separately. Okay, if they ask you to find 100, you do 100. If they ask you to find 84, you do 84. Separately do. Okay, until you get to the quotient is 1, that is correct. Then what happens is, you akan nampak ada kumpulan nombor ni yang mesti menjadi satu set. Okay, mesti menjadi satu set. In the case of this number 100, can you see that 25, nampak kata? 2525, it is going to give you something like this. Okay, something like that. Put the number into a set. You see this one, 2237 is not in a set. It's not in a set. So you cannot call that a perfect square. Okay, because if you do according to this way lah, let's say you put 2 times 3, then 2 times 7. Nampak kata? It's not the same. Nampak kata? 1 is a 3, 1 is a 7. Not the same. Here, you put together 2 times 5, 2 times 5, going to be the same. Going to be the 5. Okay, Okay, good. So let's move to the next. Okay, determine perfect square. So here you will be able to do using the repeated division just now. Okay, you can try at home, do it yourself. Okay, but the answers you should be able to get. Okay, 144 is supposed to be 12, because we know that the 12 square or 12 times 12 is going to give you 144. Okay, jadi this one is going to be perfect square. 78, I think is not a perfect square. There is no number that can make 78. 81 is supposed to be 9, because 9 square will give you 9 times 9, and you will also means you get 81. 34, unlikely you will get, okay, because I know the nearest prime number is 36, or nearest perfect square is 36, so 34 shouldn't be. Okay, that's the answer. Now, determining squares and the square roots. Okay, determining square and the square root. So we must know, apakah hubungan antara kuasa 2, okay, and the square roots of the number. Okay, so squares and the square root are actually inverse operations. Okay, that means it's an operasi yang songsang. Okay, if you do square, that number you do square root, you will get it the same number back. So let's see. Let's see. It's very hard to understand. Let's see. When you do square root of 25, nampak kata? Sekarang, okay, let's put number 1 here. Number 2 here. You see, on the number 1, we are doing the square root onto 25. Jawapannya 5. On number 2, we are doing the square on the 5. Okay, you are doing the square. You akan buat kuasa 2 pada nombor ataupun jawapan kat sini. Okay, you do the square on the answer, which is 5. 5 square give you back 25. You have 25. Okay, so that is what it means. That means when you take 5 to square, you will get 25. Okay, 5 kuasa 2 jawapannya 25. And when you take the jawapan which is 25, you do a square root, you akan balik sampai 5 sekali lagi. You will go back again to number 5. Sebab untuk mendapatkan nombor 25, you gandakan nombor 5 2 kali. Kan? Untuk dapatkan nombor 25, you dah darab 5 2 kali. 5 darab 5, 25. Or 5 kuasa 2, 25. So now, untuk balik lagi ke tempat asal tu, which is nombor 5, you akan buat square root pada 25, you akan dapat 5 balik. Okay? Square root 25, get 5. 5 square give you 25. Okay? So that's what it's called. Operasi yang songsang. Okay? That means it's the inverse operations. Okay? Second, the square root of a number can either be a positive number or a negative number. Maksudnya apa? Maksudnya, the answer or jawapan untuk square root, okay, mungkin you akan dapat jawapannya dalam positif ataupun jawapannya dalam negatif. Kenapa? Let's see. If you have positive 4 times with positive 4, you will get 16. But do you realize when you have negative 4 times with negative 4, you will also get 16? Okay? Kenapa? The rule, when you get negative akan jadi positif. Okay? Jadi, if I ask you to do a square root on number 16, you do a square root on number 16. Jawapannya, adakah jawapannya 4 positif 4 ke negatif 4? So what happens is, jawapannya you akan dapat 2 jawapan. Jawapannya positif 4 betul dan negatif 4 juga betul. Okay, so we will put in this sign. Okay, in a plus minus, we call it plus minus 4. Maksudnya jawapan ni boleh positif 4 juga boleh negatif 4. So this either positive 4 or negative 4. Sebab you see here 4 square, okay, ataupun 4 kuasa 2 akan bagi you 16. Negatif 4 kuasa 2 juga akan bagi kamu 16. Okay, so when you do square root on a jawapan here, you realize you get either positive or negative. Sebab positif 4 ni dengan negatif 4 ni, kedua-dua nombor ni punca untuk number 16. Okay, punca dia untuk number 16. Okay, let's see. Next, the square of a number can be identified by multiplying the number itself or using the square function in calculator. So basically is the same meaning lah. Nombor darab sendiri ni akan dapat nombor kuasa 2 tu. So you can do your calculator also. Your calculator, there is going to be a square function. Okay, dekat sini you kan nampak x square tu, you boleh tekan x square tu, ataupun you nak, okay, if you want to put the square in yourself, you boleh tekan butang yang kat sebelahnya yang ada satu kotak putih tu, you tekan yang kotak putih tu, you akan nampak ada 2 ruang kat bawah tu untuk nombor asal kamu, dan ruang yang lebih kecil kat atas tu untuk yang kuasa, so kalau you nak untuk square ataupun kuasa 2, you isikan nombor 2 kat ruang yang atas. Okay, sebab ruang yang atas tu untuk kuasa, so you will get a square of a number. So that is what you will get. Jadi you boleh buat 9 kuasa 2, you akan dapat 81, or 9 darab 9, you will also get 81. Okay, you can do both. Okay, so only square roots of a perfect square can be done manually, otherwise it can be found using a calculator. Meaning what? Meaning, when you want to do a square root on a number, let's say square root on 36, you will get answer is 6. Why am I so fast able to get the number 6? Sebab the number 6 actually is the 36 is a perfect square. 36 is a perfect square. So I'm able to get the number 6 straight away. But if the number is not perfect square, let's say 34, square root 34, I will not be able to do. Why? Sebab nombornya bukan this perfect square, I won't be able to get the nombor asal yang genap. Okay? Or the nombor asal yang betul. So what happens is, I will key in the calculator. Yeah, that's what it says. Otherwise, it can be found in calculator. So if you realize you click in calculator, you will get the answer. Square root 34 will be 5.83, so on so forth. 5.83, so on so forth. So it's going to be number that is tak kacak lah numbernya. Okay, so you can only do the square root on the perfect number. Okay, perfect square. So let's see. Now, determining squares and square root. So what happens is you have to be careful of the negative sign, because just now we discussed about how when you do a square root of a number, okay, square root 16, your answer can be either positive or negative 4. So now, when you are doing the square, for this 4 is going to give you different answer also. Okay, that means you see negative 4 square, you must know that when it is negative 4 square, that means yang simbol negatif ni dekat luar, tahu tak? Dekat luar, no. So I put here negative is dekat luar tau. Then what am I doing? I'm doing the 14 square, and then I will be actually getting negative. Sebab negative symbol tu kat luar. So what am I doing here? I'm actually getting the number negative 16. Why? Because up inside here just now, I did a 14 times 14. 4 times 4. I did a 4 times 4. Okay, I did a 4 times 4. I did a 4 times 4. Positive 4 times positive 4 to give me a positive 16. The negative is not part of me doing the square. The negative datang from here. Nampak ke tak? The negative come from there. That's why you have to be very careful. Because if we do different way, now different way, I put the negative inside the kotak. I put the negative inside the kurungan. What happens? I put the negative inside the kurungan. What happens is, sekarang, what have I to do? What do I have to do? I have to now do a negative 4 times negative 4. Nampak ke tak? Nampak perbezaannya? Satu, simbol negatif kat luar. Satu, simbol negatif kat dalam. So when it's kat luar, you will do a positive 4 times positive 4. But when you are doing the symbol negative in the inside, you are going to do a negative 4 times with a negative 4. So one is a positive times positive. The other one is negative times negative. And when you do negative times negative, your answer will give you positive 16 instead of the negative 16. Nampak tak? That's why have to be very careful of this difference. Where you put the negative sign is very, very important. If they are asking you to do a square of negative 4, you must put the negative 4 inside the bracket. Kalau soalan tanya kamu, apakah kuasa 2 nombor negatif 4 bukan positif 4 ha? Kuasa 2 untuk nombor negatif 4, you mesti letakkan negatif 4 tu dalam kurungan. Jadi dalam kurungan itu, you akan buat negatif 4 darab negatif 4 akan bagi kamu positif 16. Okay? So be careful of the negative sign. Next, fraction will share the square root of the whole term. Okay? Kadang-kadang kita nampak dalam buku teks, or we see in a textbook that they will put the square root for the whole fraction. But you must know that if you put it like this, some people cannot do it in their mind quick enough. But if you pecahkan this, it's actually very simple. Why? Because you will know that the answer is actually going to be the numerator going to be square root. The denominator also going to be square root. So you will realize the answer is actually a 5 over 8. Okay, answer is going to be 5 over 8 because square root 25 give you 5. Square root 64 going to give you 8. So 5 over 8. Okay, so it's easier for you to do like this than if you do like this. Okay, so it's easier for you to pecahkan first. Pecahkan the numerator and denominator. You pecahkan, you put the square root on top, you put the square root at the bottom. Sebab the square root for the whole fraction dikongsikan antara dua nombor tu, numerator and denominator. It's a shared. Okay, the square root is shared. Okay, so next, since squares and the square root are inverse operations of each other, that means operasi yang songsang, they can cancel each other when they're appearing together. That means this is for you to do fast. Okay, you see because you will be able to, okay, let's see sometimes you will see number like this. Okay, this one 5 square, and then you square root the 5 square. So what happens is, if you see this number, you can straight away take the square root and cut with the square to give you nombor asal tu, which is nombor 5. You will be able to cut and give you back the original number, which is 5. Why? Because if you realize, what you are going to do is, if you do the long way lah, jalan kerja yang panjang, what happens is, you do this. 5 times 5, correct not? Okay? 5 times 5, and then it will give you inside, it will give you 25. Nampak tak? But do you realize that actually this square root 25 actually going to give you 5? Nampak tak? So actually you're doing the square first, then you do square root again. Macam there's no point, like you go there and you come back again, it's no point. No point. So since one is going forward, okay? Sebab okay, let's say let's understand it like this. Nombor yang akan kuasa 2 tu, that means the number that you square is making the number bigger, correct not? Number bigger. So if you want to make the number bigger, after that you got the square root and you want to make the number smaller again, what's the point? Okay, because you're only going to get back to the original number. So we straight away, we might as well, we throw away the square root, we throw away the square, we cancel each other, we get back the nombor asal. Okay, get the nombor asal. But you must make sure that it is a square and a square root, okay? Make sure it's a square and a square root. Don't something like this, you go and cancel. This one don't cancel. This one don't cancel, huh? If it's something else inside, don't cancel, please, huh? If it's something else inside, don't cancel. This one cannot cancel. Okay, cannot cancel. Only when you get this, you can cancel. Okay, only when the square and the square root can cancel. Because square and square root, hubungan dia is operasi yang sengsang. Okay? Let's look at the last. Okay? Determining squares and the square roots. This is exercises, so you can do. Okay, you just do a calculator. You know that 3 is going to be 9. After that, you got the 100 here. Then you will get an answer there, 64 here. Okay, so just put in calculator, you can get. And then this one, determine the square roots. Okay, 64. Nampak tak? 64 is the perfect square. So I know that it will going to be 8 because 8 times 8 going to be 64. So I straight away know it's 8. Okay, or 8 kuasa 2 akan 64. Okay, 79 is not a perfect square, so must do calculator. 36 is a perfect square, is 6, because 6 times 6 give you 36, or 6 square give you 36, so I can straight away do. Okay, 64 and 81, nampak tak? Pecahkan dia. 64, 81 actually means 64 square root over 81 square root. Going to give you 8 over 9. Okay, why? Because 8 times 8 is 64, or 8 square is 64. Okay, and 9 times 9 going to give you 81, or 9 square is going to give you 81. Okay, so 8 square over 9 square, this one is actually going to be this one. Okay, so that's it. Okay, you just play around with numbers. You equivalent to a lot of things, play around with numbers and you can get it. Okay, so now let's look at the last part, which is estimating and generalizing the squares and the square roots. So what happens is, in order for us to estimate a square correctly, we must use two nearby squares, because they may ask you, okay, to estimate. Estimate, that means predict or determine, or predict guess okay? Predict or to guess, right? To estimate, to guess. So what happens is, you need to have two nearby number to guess. Let's see, example, they ask you to guess 38.2 square. 38.2 square. 38.2 is not, it's not a perfect number. Okay, let's look at the answer first 38.2, what answer you will get? You will get answer is 1459.24, 1459.24. Not a perfect number. So what happens is, it is unable for you to do if you want to do manually. But what we can do is we estimate to get the closest number. So since 38.2 is stuck in between 30, because 30 is here, okay, 40 is here, 38.2 is probably here. Okay, so what happens is we can use 38.2, or we can use 30 and 40 to predict for 38.2. Because why 30 and 40? Why 30 and 40? Because 30 and 40 can easily find the square. 30 square give you what number, please? 30 square give you 900. 40 square give you what number? 40 square give you 1600. Very easy to get the square for 30 and 40. So, since we have the answer of the square, we know that it is between 900 and 1600. In between 900 and 1600, we will pick the number that is closest, which is going to be 40. We will pick this number. So, we will just guess. 38.2 actually is going to be very close. This means very close, very close to about 1600. Very close. Just now answer, correct answer is what? 1459.24. Okay, is very close, correct or not? Is very close. Is very close. That means 1459.24 is closer to 1600 than 900. Okay, is closer to that than 900. So we will pick the answer is about here. Okay, 1600. Okay, so the next point, two square roots can cancel each other of the same number. Yes, definitely, because is actually the same idea like just now. Square and square root can cancel each other. So what I'm telling you now is that if inside is the same number, that means it's A, A and A, you can cancel off the square root, cancel off the square root, you will get back the same number. Okay? Only the same number can do, different number, different story, different number, different story. Different number you can combine with each other. So instead of having square root A and square root B, you can put together to make square root AB, because maksudnya actually A times B inside the square root. So maybe it's easier for you to do. Maybe let's say it's going to be square root 8 times with a square root 3. Okay, it's hard to do but if you put it together, you realize it's actually square root 8 times 3. Okay, that means you will get your answer is square root 24 Okay, that is what it means Okay, if you key in calculator, you will get the same answer. Let's do a square root 8, alright, times with a square root 3. Okay, your answer is going to be 4.89. Answer going to be 4.89. If you put square 24, you will also get the answer 4.89. Same answer. Okay, so that is what it means. So I believe we are done. Just exercise here. Okay, just the K-bar exercise here. PQRS and ABCD are squares. Alright. PQRS is the bigger box, ABCD is the smaller box. So what happens is, the area of ABCD, they're telling you the smaller box here is actually going to be 144. Okay, so what they're telling you is here is actually going to be 144. Okay, the smaller box going to be 144. And then they ask you to find a shaded region, which is this part lah, This part is a shaded region. This part is a shaded region. So what happens is, we must first find out the length and the width for the ABCD, or the length and width for the smaller box. So what do? We take 144, square root lah, square root, you know you get the answer is 12. Because 12 times 12 give you 144, or 12 square give you 144. So you know that the side here, DC is 12, BC is 12. So if you put in your calculator, 12 plus 7 plus 7 is going to give you 26. Okay, here give you 26. Okay, 26. Because 12 plus 7 plus 7, 14 plus 12, 26. Okay, so you get 26. So what happens is, now they want to find the shaded region. Now you have to find the area for PQRS. Area for PQRS is going to be 26 square. 26 square. Because, 26. 26. 26 square. So put in the calculator, 26 square, you get the answer is 676. 676. Sekarang, the luas untuk kotak besar tu 676. Sekarang 676 tu kena potong dengan apa? Dengan potong yang kotak kecil tu. So 676 minus 144, answer should give you the answer written there, 532, which is correct, 532. Okay? So the next one is just practicing on the rules. Okay? Here is the same number, so if you forgot this one, the rule is actually this one. Okay? We cancel each other, so your answer will get back is a 13. Okay, and then for the next one, okay, probably is ask you to guess. Okay, you can just put in your calculator and guess. Okay, and then in the end, okay, let's do the number 4 here, it's better. Estimate 27.98. You know that 27.98 is in between 20 and what? 20 and 30. It's between 20 and 30. So what happens is, we must find out the square for 20. 20 square going to give you a 400. Okay, and then the 30 square going to give you a 900. So what happens is, we know that 27.98 is about here lah, about here I believe. 27.98. So what happens is, we know that 27.98 square is very close, sangat dekat dengan 900, 900. Okay, so that is just guessing. Let's find out the number that is actually correct. It's going to be 782. 782. Okay, correct answer 782. Correct answer 782.88. So it's very close, It's very close. Closer than 400. Okay, it's very close, closer than 400. So that's all for our square root. Dah habis. Next part will be cubes. So all squares have been done. It's just about doing exercises, this one. Okay, not many things to study. Theory part, very little things. It's just about studying and K-bar question like this one. Okay, this is going to be a good questions for teachers to set. Okay, to square, to practice. Okay, because if you see here, the first part, we did the square root here, then we did the square here. So they may set a K-bar question to test you for all the things. Okay, so that's all for me, square and square roots. If you like this video, remember to leave a like, remember to subscribe to the YouTube channel so you can get earlier notifications by clicking on the bell icon. Remember, study smart, study fast, and you'll be number one. I'll see you again in the next video. Bye bye.